Hello and welcome back to the CUPCAKE Jemma channel and to 2024. This is the first week of 2024.
This is the first week, yes.
I get so confused this time of year, but Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and festive period and New Year, and that you're starting the new year with a spring in your step. We are about to embark on 2 months of kind of celebration of the CUPCAKE Jemma channel, because back in November, when we were all really busy to actually acknowledge it, we celebrated 10 years on YouTube. Huge, like really, really huge. I posted my very first video, I think it was the 23rd of November, 2013. And I just, first of all, want to say a massive thank you to all of you, because frankly, we wouldn't have got this far if it wasn't for people watching, people like you. Not just watching either, we've amazingly inspired so many of you to become bakers, but also to start your own businesses. We've got 2.45 million subscribers, which is just kind of unfathomable. But it's great because we've created a really nice community. We get to interact with you guys in your thousands online, and also occasionally in real life. Sometimes you'll come to the shop or the meet and greets, or sometimes we'll just see you out there in the world, and we love it. Well, I can't speak for you, but I love it.
I love it too.
I love it when people, I remember one time, like at the baggage carousel in Sydney Airport, somebody saying, "Hey, are you CUPCAKE Jemma?" And it's just so amazing, like literally the other side of the world.
Yeah, I was on a plane that happened, so mad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Today's video is going to be a reaction video.
Yes, to some of the, well, including the first video that you ever did.
Yeah.
And some of my first videos as well.
Little baby Dane.
Yes, seeing how much we've learned and how far we've come on the channel.
So the first video we're going to watch was my first video on the CUPCAKE Jemma channel. So the first video that we did was a Dalek video, because I think in that week, like Doctor Who was celebrating some crazy 30 or 40 year anniversary.
Yeah, only 4 minutes 54.
We've got a wacky intro.
The graphics, yes.
Yeah, so we weren't responsible for this.
It's me, Jemma, and I am excited.
So this was actually filmed in the bakery.
Okay, where?
Downstairs, where what is now loads of factory shelves. There used to be an area. Yeah, it used to be the boxing up area, and we moved a bunch of stuff. And we also obviously had maybe a £10 budget to spare.
Yeah.
And got a backdrop.
Well, it's quite a big backdrop.
It's massive. I think I got it on Amazon, like the day before.
And just because this
It is a bit creased, I would say. I feel like you would probably want to steam it now.
Yeah, nowadays we wouldn't let a crease. We would not let this backdrop fly. Also, I don't know where that necklace has gone.
Oh,
I know. I do actually. I do.
This is good how they put the little links to the buttercream.
I don't think you can do that on YouTube anymore.
I don't think so, no.
They disabled that function.
Yes.
I'm just going to use a little bit of...
I've got my space nails on, as you can see, blue with a bit of... And actually, I feel like this was the very first time comments were about my nail varnish.
Okay.
And how I shouldn't be wearing nail varnish in a professional kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And I got really upset because I don't wear nail varnish in a professional kitchen, like when I'm actually making customers' cakes. And I got so defensive, like...
Would you reply to them and
I think I did, yeah. Like back in the day, I would just always reply really defensively. I'm like, well, you don't seem to understand because blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no one cares.
I mean, the videos, we're already moving quite fast. You've already put the cake together.
I know, but I hadn't made any of the component parts on camera though.
Yeah.
I was just like, here's a cupcake magically appeared out of nowhere. So this is like base level stuff. Like you would have had to have found yourself a cupcake recipe. Which I then later did. I used to love doing all this sort of stuff though, like fiddly little things.
Yeah, but also we don't sell these kind of things.
No.
But
Did you see that? What was that? Oh yeah.
Oh, these sweet.
Licorice. I got these from like the corner shop.
Oh wow.
Those things in the middle are my favourite ones in licorice also. The wibbly wobbly nibbly knobbly ones.
Oh yeah.
You know the ones?
Yeah, I know those.
I feel like if I was to do this again, I wouldn't use licorice.
What would you use instead?
I'd use sugar paste. Or I'd pipe it.
I think those tweezers are still in
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Well, I mean,
those
we've probably
very
got
ones.
more pairs since
That's
10 years ago.
Possibly. Those are
talking-
Micados.
Those are Micados.
Yes.
We were talking about matchsticks earlier.
Matchsticks.
You know, the crunchy, crispy, chocolatey things.
I don't like the taste of them.
Because they're too biscuity.
I think so, yeah. Well, that's it.
free and it's Brillo pads.
If you don't know the Brillo pads reference, I feel like that's an Adam and Joe reference, but for sort of stupid stuff I used to say.
I do remember watching it, yeah. It moved quite quickly. It was very creative.
Thanks.
I liked it.
Thanks. I feel
What
like
did
you're
you-
always really impressed when I do like fiddly little
I
things.
know, when you made the burger for Burger Day, that was really fun.
I remember the very first time I watched a video back and I thought, oh, that's what I look like when I'm talking. Okay, so my face does that.
Because sometimes I feel like my facial expression doesn't match how I think it looks in
Yes,
my head.
totally.
I think I'm smiling, but I'm probably not.
This one is the most popular video on the CUPCAKE Jemma channel. So it's been watched 11 million times.
Wow.
Hello, I'm here at the Crumbs and Doilies
Another
shop
shirt
in
that I
Soho,
miss.
and here at C&D, one of the things people love most about
And this one was filmed at the shop,
Oh,
so
it
it's so
was.
different to
Really
see
soft
how
and whippy,
the
it's
shop has
perfect
changed over the years.
Oh yeah, because now there's loads of stuff in it.
So much stuff.
And
isn't
I
it?
thought there was loads of stuff in it then.
And all of those ingredients behind you are like split into like 5 different cupboards. And there's about 10 of each of the things.
The next thing you need to do is to get your butter to the right softness. So
Butter, and when I first started baking, some of you might know this if you ever watched some of the old like Ask Me Anything videos, I might have mentioned it, but when I first started Crumbs and Doilies and I was doing it all from my mum's house and various other people's houses, I used to get the butter delivered to my mum's house because she had an airing cupboard, which was just a nice warmth, a nice warmness. And I'd call her up in the night before I needed to bake, and I'd say, "Mum, could you take 20 butters out, put them in the airing cupboard?" And then I'd go and pick them. It was so ridiculous. I'd pick them up, and they'd be all soft, just right for buttercream. And then I'd take them to like someone else's house, do the baking there, and then I would take those cakes to someone else's house to decorate them. It was so ridiculous. Well, to where I was living. It's ridiculous.
But I feel like that's just what you do at the time, and you don't think that it's ridiculous
Yeah.
because it's just what you have to do.
Yeah, you just got to make it work. Times it by 1.5, times it by 2. What have I done to my knuckles? It looks like do you know what? My knuckles, I get really dry skin if I do lots of washing up,
do they
especially when I
catch
used to make a lot of icing, because
Oh,
icing
okay.
sugar really dries your skin out.
It does.
Yeah.
And also I find butter dries your skin out as well. Like
Oh.
if you get butter on your hands, it just like, and then you wash it. Yeah, I don't know what happens, but I feel it does.
Smooth, silky consistency.
And again, with this, so many people ask, how do you get your buttercream so white? And it's just beating the butter for a really long time. This was my peak
To sieve it at least once
wing
to get rid of any lumps.
Oh yes, you don't
Era.
use wing anymore.
just can't be bothered. Like, I used to get people asking for like eyeliner
Oh, tips?
videos.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did one on Instagram ages ago. I'm not like you. I'm not a beauty blogger.
I can't do I can't really do that. Like it takes me a while to do it one eye and then to do the other eye. It's ridiculous.
How many times do you reckon we've made buttercream? It's going to be
Hundreds.
thousands.
Thousands.
Definitely thousands. A couple of tons.
Easily.
I've made millions of cupcakes.
Some of you might be living in a hot country and therefore your icing is already a little bit softer. You might not
Good
need to
tip.
do the liquid.
Yes, I tried to make a cake in the Caribbean once. It didn't go well.
That must have been nice for you.
Well, yes, it was. But
Poor you.
I can't remember. It was like not a Christmas cake, and I made Swiss meringue buttercream. It just kind of split.
I did my friend's wedding cake in Australia, and I
Oh yeah.
I took loads of like tools and equipment, and I got her to like buy a load of ingredients, but of course the ingredients are different in Australia, like the butter's different. I'm in a kitchen that I don't know.
First of all, I would always recommend using colour pastes, such as these ones.
Nowadays,
They are
we still would recommend pastes, but we've discovered since then Colour Mill has come
Yes.
along, and they are just the best for colouring anything like buttery, like or anything oily, like chocolate.
The
Ice blue,
so
sugar flare.
runny.
One of those ones that even if you don't use it, you'll find it on you.
Yeah, exactly. So
And if you do have any
yeah.
more questions, then pop them in the comments box below and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you like some techniques,
I wonder if I actually did do my best to answer them.
I mean, there are nearly 5,000 comments now, so.
Shall I answer each one individually right now?
Oh, Tom Daly was the fat. Well, is that?
No, he'd be the most popular. Let's have a look. Sort by newest first. Let's see. 2 days ago. I mean, it is mad to me. So I think like people like those sort of going back to basics and diving a bit deeper.
Yes, and like this person said, it's very. The explanation is very clear. This video is very concise, and the explanation is like you think of each thing.
Have you got any of that? Have you got any
Oh,
recipes you're
gosh.
like, that was just once and once was enough. I'm never doing that again.
Mini chocolate bundt cakes. They were so delicious and decadent and moist, but like
They had that
this-
glaze on the
the
top, which is really
glaze,
messy.
Yeah, and it's just so sticky to eat. Like, yeah, that was hard to eat on camera, but like they're delicious.
Part of me really wants to do it again, but for years I've thought, I'm never making those again. The pastéis de nata. I hear a lot from people who have made it going, they came out so well, and like, someone recently told me that a company which sells the tins, you know, the individual tins that they make in the bakery, has a link to our so that video is like, if you want to know how to make them, and they've put our video in.
Oh, wow.
Which is amazing to me, right? Because it's like, oh, right, this is legit. I found it a very stressful experience.
What does the pastry?
Yeah, because the pastry is really soft and there's so much butter in it.
Yeah.
So it's like really messy to get it nice so that you get all that nice lamination.
Yeah.
Because it sort of smushes, and my kitchen was really hot at the time, and it was just like,
Did
that's
you make it in
another thing.
summer?
I can't remember. Did you ever think or hope that you would end up in front of the camera?
Oh no, I had no...
Let alone behind the camera.
No expectation. No, I had literally no idea.
Because when Dane started working for us, some of you might know the history of Dane, but Dane was a Crumbs and Doilies fan, like before we even had YouTube, right? Like we had a blog and like you followed it, and we used to sell sort of bits and pieces for baking, and you were one of our best customers.
Yeah, I used to buy the cupcake cases, the sprinkles. Kat, who used to work in the office, I would always email like a day before and be like, I really need this right now, can you send it like next to delivery? And she'd be like, yeah, I've sent it. And it was so quick, and I was like, oh my God, you're the best. And yeah, and then you came to Leicester, where I'm from.
Oh yeah,
did the mosaic.
That's when we met you for the first time.
Yeah.
So when you applied for the job, we were all beside ourselves, like, oh my God, Dane Pemberton, he's applied for the job. And of course, like, look at you now. You're literally like in front of the camera, behind the camera,
Exactly.
all up in it.
Just go for it.
Because you started working for us when you were like 18, right?
No, I think I was 20, or I just turned 20.
How old are you now, if I don't know? Oh,
29.
Well, anyway, let's celebrate your first video.
Okay.
I'm here at the Crumbs and Doilies shop in Soho, and
Oh, I look very nervous.
very popular with
But look, you're styling it out
I know.
with sass.
I don't.
You're resting bitch face.
I don't know. This is what I thought I was smiling, but I wasn't.
You're just like smirking.
Yes. I don't have this T-shirt, I will say.
I do have this T-shirt.
You do?
Yeah. So I was saying earlier to Dane that this era of Dane, this hair, reminds me of Kid and Play from House Party, and he didn't know who that was. If you know who that is, let me know, because it's a great film. Kid and Play, they do the dancing thing. And anyway, one of them's got a high top, and you remind me of it.
Okay, I'll have to do that. Also, I feel like my accent has changed. I'm not as Midlands as I was back then.
Yeah. You sound really like, your voice is higher.
I know.
Is that a nerves thing, or is that just like evolution?
I think it's a nerves thing. Maybe evolution too.
Yeah, you're so sort of stiff, but you're not like that in real life. Like you're very active and very like, you move a lot, and if you don't know, Dane dances, and so he's very confident, body confident. And you look so uptight.
I do. Do you know what the funny thing? I remember a lot of comments on my posture in this video.
Oh yes, I do too.
Yeah.
Dane, you've got fantastic posture. You're a ballet dancer.
I know. But I didn't, I think I was very conscious. I remember like mentally and physically preparing for this first video. Someone I knew at the time was a makeup artist, and I was like, okay Sam, but like, what bronzer should I get? Like, how should I do my eyebrows? Like, what will look good on camera? Like, what should I do? I mean, I'm hardly wearing any makeup, but like, just the littlest of things, I thought, oh my God, I would feel more confident if I had this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this actually reveals a bit of a secret.
Oh, okay.
This might have been the first time I ever made macarons, even though I said, yeah.
Oh, yes, you did.
I said, oh, well, I make macarons because I don't want you to feel unconfident with me, right? But the reality of this particular recipe is that I had actually never made macarons before.
Oh, I'm literally just like...
Sometimes the mixers fall off the counter. We had a hole in the floor for ages because one of the big ones fell off.
That was my fault.
Oh. I love how you're wearing an apron and I'm not.
I know, I was just thinking.
But that's quite often the case. Like you favour an apron and I don't.
Like it, yeah. Because it just makes me, that's like, right, I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I do remember thinking I didn't like the way I piped these.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Because usually one, I put way too much in, I think.
Yeah.
And two, I would like get down a bit lower so I could see. But because I was conscious that like Sam was filming and I had to like, you know, you can't really see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I just, Well,
Oh God.
nothing's changed there.
Yeah, you just put the whole thing in. Dane's famous for just like putting the whole cake, macaron, cookie in his gob.
Straight in.
I'm gonna refer to this video, which is, I think, maybe one of the last times we did our best job at Halloween time. And it's a bit of a bone of contention for me because Halloween is my favourite, like, year event. I think this might be the last Halloween video that was really Halloweeny, and I actually can't wait to see it because I've got a funny feeling my husband makes an appearance in it.
Yes, I think so.
See if you can spot him.
Hello. Now you guys have been asking me for a behind the scenes at the shop video for ages.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I thought I would do one.
I set it up as if it was just like a behind the scenes.
Oh my God, that's Laura.
Oh yeah, Laura.
Bake's getting really
Dead Laura.
early in the morning. So,
There it is.
yeah.
I'll sort it for you.
Oh God, it's disgusting. What is it?
I'm only paid to deliver, love. Could you just sign that?
Love.
My husband doesn't call me love in real life. It's got flies. Can you hear the flies? Sam, I think, used to have a lot of fun editing
That's
the
really
Halloween
embarrassing.
videos.
I'm so sorry.
This is actually legit gory.
This is really good.
There's my intestines.
Oh my gosh.
So I had these intestines, which a friend of mine made for me one Halloween years ago, and they literally used to come out every Halloween. And look at the makeup, and everyone was using the
so
toilets,
good.
the Kingly Court toilets
Yeah.
upstairs next to the security office, and the security guards were like, "What the hell is going
Washing
on?"
all of that off afterwards.
Oh, jelly eyes. Oh, genius. Oh, were you there? Oh, you were the mummy?
Yeah, I was the mummy because I remember being like, guys, I'm not putting any of this on my face. Like, if I get spots, like, I have to do something the week after. Like, I'm not doing it.
How many times have I told you guys to change your clothes when you've been doing red velvet?
To be fair, red velvet is the messiest thing to bake, and when people make red velvet cupcakes or cakes, they look like they've been in a massacre.
I'm really sorry. We're going to need 10 minutes. What's wrong with you? What? No, wait. You can't come in. Ah! Oh my God, get up. I can't deal with this right now.
He's trying to
Classic Jemma. Oh, it's so fun. The mess. We had to open late, like at least a couple of hours late. The first time we did it, it was just Sam and me, and I did a whole week's worth of Halloween recipes, where on the first video, I get bitten by a zombie, played by Sally. And then as the week goes on, I get more and more ill and more like listless. And then by the last video, I am a zombie, and it was just really fun. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know what your favourite's been over the last 10 years. We'd love to hear from you. Just let us know. And if you are a mega fan and you've been watching for 10 years, let us know as well. If you do want to support us even more, then don't forget you can join our Bake Club over on Patreon. And you've still got time to sign up before our live bake-along at the end of January. We're going to be doing a live bake-along on the 27th? Saturday the 27th of January. Also, if you're a Bake Club member, you'll be able to vote for what recipe that is, so make sure you sign up before that happens. On that note, Dane.
We'll keep bringing you the good content.
Oh, I'm so thirsty.